Okay, here we go, everybody. It's me. It didn't work at first. I clicked the button and I'm like, oh no, not again. But here we are, I together, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time right now. It's incredible what's happening. I'm going to show you something. Just came out like now. Yeah. I was going to surprise you with it at the end, but I'm going to surprise it with you right now. Record weakness for the dollar. The dollar just had its weakest start to a year ever in history. Everyone seems to be surprised about this, except I. Oh, we've been well aware of this. Yeah. It's not going to stop. Every manner of anything you could dream about, think about, have a nightmare over, or anything in between is going to be used to crush the dollar, crush the economy, crush them. This isn't just a today we got a eulogy for the jobs market here in the United States, which we're going to talk about that in a moment. I told you this morning that I was going to have a full breakdown for you. I got it. But this is a eulogy for the dollar. The dollar is hoping, it's freaking praying for a lifeline. It's not going to get it. You're going to see epic spending, debts, hyper balloon, more so than you've ever dreamed about in your entire freaking life. Again, the lies, the deceptions, the distractions. It's been here. Okay, it doesn't matter what they do, what creature they shove behind the Resolute desk. Don't matter. It's just going to go on and on. It's very unfortunate. It really, really is. Before we move forward here, we have a few things to talk about. So this is a headline from earlier. Stock indexes clinging to gains. Let's stop there for a moment. The Dow finished fractionally lower today, like 0.3% or whatever, very low. You got the S&P 500 flat. I mean, a fractional gain and a fractional gain for the NASDAQ here. The real story, did you see the 10-year yield today? A 10 basis point drop in the 10-year yield. When you see a move that big, it's clearly the Federal Reserve. This is not investors running out here, I got to own that debt. I got to own it. No, it's the Fed. They're buying it all. We know that. Again, when you see any kind of a move like this, like a 10 basis point drop, you know that's the Fed, and they think we're too stupid to know that. No, so that was the real. If it weren't for that, well, obviously, the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ would have all finished in the negative, deep in the negative. But of course, you got the Fed; they're buying it all. Central banks buying it all. You got Gargoyle out there with their fake news. I mean, you want to talk about fake news on inflation. You got the ECB giving themselves every excuse on the planet to kill the euro, to buy it all over there. Same thing here with the Federal Reserve. They're going to weaken that dollar. They're going to print to oblivion. And who's going to pay for it? I are. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I think we're pretty much on the same page. So let's go back to this. Stock indexes clinging to gains if the data show weakness in private sector job creation and the services side of the economy is in free fall. Oh, yeah. And then we got this lovely piece of information. On record, the weakest start on record ever in history. Sounds great, right? Well, that's exactly what the Federal Reserve wants. If you understand why, you see what's going on here? Let me clarify something for you. First of all, do you think this is an accident here? Why this is going on here? Can someone here, I know you know the answer to this. Why is it that a headline like this makes, let's say, Jay Powell and the other creatures that dwell in the halls of the Federal Reserve literally have to run to the bathroom and change their underwear because they're in orgasm mode? Why does this make a central banker happier than anything on the face of the earth? A weaker dollar means what? They get to print. They got to create more dollars. It's a self-feeding mechanism that is massively inflationary. when the dollar or any currency gets weaker, now it takes more of those weaker currencies to buy anything, even this freaking pen. Um, so now the Fed has to make up that gap, or any central bank. They have to create more, and they love it. It fulfills them. It's like, oh, they don't know what to do with themselves. You understand? And it's the same thing for a president or any world leader saying, I want a weaker dollar. In fact, I demand it, and we need lower rates. You know exactly what they're doing. They're bowing on their hands and knees before the central bank. Yes, master. Yes, master, I will follow your plan. I will destroy the economy. I'll sell this lie to the American people, and they're going to eat it right in their pie holes. Well, that's exactly what happened repeatedly, and that's what we're going to keep hearing moving forward. So let's talk about this. And I promised you I would do this, and I'm going to do it for you, big time. Private sector hiring rose by nothing. Okay. 37,000 in May, the lowest in more than 2 years. Okay. We got to talk about this. This is a pretty incredible thing. Now I got in here and I dug and I found some lovely stuff for you, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love this. Unknown. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. All you guys and girls. Love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. So this is in your inbox right now. Helen, thank you. This is in your inbox right now. All this stuff I'm going to show you is, well, this isn't. This is just something I just printed off. It's an incredible thing ever. And we made history today. You think that maybe, I don't know, someone's going to come out talking about this? Of course not. You don't hear about inflation anymore on the mainstream CNBC, Fox Business. All you hear is propaganda. Are we all on the same page here? So the breakdown lines, 37,000 is not a jobs report. It's a eulogy for Main Street. Now, I ask you to please share this stuff. I'm going to read this to you guys. So just bear with me on this. I put a lot of work in here. So let's do this. All right, Lions. 37,000 jobs equal economic freaking hospice, okay? And 37,000 is the number they're floating out here. It's not real. The real numbers are far worse. Now, let's break this down. First, the ISM Purchasing Manufacturing Index, or the PMI, has been in contraction territory, for over a year. Okay. This is a sustained collapse of the U.S. industrial backbone, period. We should be on the same page here. That's not a slowdown, people. This is a recession inside the real economy. We are in a recession, but you're not allowed to know that, right, Jonathan? Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Babylon is consuming everything. Babylon is a zombie, and it's consuming, not only is it consuming the financial system, it's sucking out your spirit. You understand? That's what it's meant to do. But no, we're not going to allow that to happen, I. So let's move forward here. So what we're seeing here is a recession inside the real economy. Now, behind the curtain, here we go. We're gonna go behind the mask. You know how I feel about that? It's not the mask that Greg hates. It's what lies behind the mask. Let them wear their masks. This whole Babylonian system. They all got their masks on. But that's not the problem. The problem is what's behind it. So here's what Babylon doesn't want you to know. Number one, private sector job growth has collapsed by their own numbers, okay? We're not making this up. We don't even need to speculate anymore. So let's talk about this. By their own numbers, only 37,000 new jobs from private businesses last month were created. This is a death rattle for small and mid-sized enterprises. This is decay. It's freaking rot. It's not growing. Now, number two, productivity is shrinking. Output is falling. Business investment is gone. Look this up for yourself. We're probably at historic lows with regard to business investment. And if businesses are not investing in themselves, they're dying. You understand? Overstand? I've got to get my language straight here. Inventories are climbing. Why? Because there's no demand, people. The consumer is tapped out, crushed under record credit debt and shrinking purchasing power. Oh, really? Imagine our shock. Nobody saw this one coming. You can't make this up. You can't. Right, Jonathan? Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's a psyop on a scale that we've never seen. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. In my 60 years of life, I'm going to start saying that because I will be 60 in a month. I've never seen anything like this. So number 3, GDP is a mirage. No, this is what they do. You all know this without exception. They float out their number and then it gets revised. The latest revision is epic, but it's not making any headlines. You're not supposed to know. Right, Scott? I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. All right, guys, listen. So number 3, GDP is a mirage. Are you ready? Sit down. You sit down and put your clothes back on. All right, listen. GDP is a mirage. Number 3, even if the official GDP data is being revised down post-release, as it always is, first, it's 2%, then it quietly gets revised to 1.3. No, that's not growth. It's obviously a fabrication. It's so interesting how they float these numbers out. Oh, this is pretty good. And then when they revise them down, in this case, dramatically, nothing, not a peep. You don't hear it. Now, why the illusion still holds barely, right, Jonathan? Here we go. Thank you again. Why the illusion still holds. Government deficit spending is the last thing keeping the system on life support. Henceforth, why? They're even calling it a big, fat, magnificent bill. See, they're laughing at you. This new bill, this new President Trump Republican thing or Democratic thing, I don't give a damn what it is. I have no affiliation with any party. I am out. Okay. David calling it a big, fat, magnificent, but they're telling you. So they're laughing in your face, but we're laughing back. You understand? I are laughing back. Government deficit spending is the last thing keeping the system on life support. Inflation has hollowed out everything and will continue to do so. Do you need more proof? Even services, which we just found out today, is now dropping. The service sector by today's own numbers. And when services stall, it's game over. The United States has become a service economy. We don't even have that anymore. Everything that we believed that this nation was is now being stolen. Right, Charles? Right from underneath us all. Now, we're in the pretend phase. We're pretending. It's a pretend. We're pretending. That's what they're doing. They're pretending. It's always the same story. We're in another, I should have said, pretend phase before the plunge. All right, right now, we're in the collapse masked by delay. Delay, government spending, epic, out of control. Find a reason to print out of thin air. Allow the Fed to inflate. Allow the Fed to buy it all. That's what's going on. The system has already cracked, and I think we're all on the same page. But the full break hasn't yet been announced. Reading, thank you so much. Yeah, we do have to stick together. I love you guys. You all know that. Jonathan, another 100%. Let's do this. Thank you all. Right now, we are in the collapse masked by delay. The system has already cracked, but the full break hasn't been announced, and it's not going to be until it's too late. Babylon will distract with war, shock events, staged victories like this fantastic whatever they want to show us over here. You can't make it up. Anyway, and again, new digital schemes, but that is the rot is freaking terminal, and it will not stop. The lie. How many times have I said it's not going to stop? Greg, you're wrong. It's all going to change right after the selection. It's all going to change, and I'm going to call you out because you're an idiot, Greg. Yeah, looks like I nailed it to the wall. I nailed it to the wall. Why? Because we're not stupid. Because we overstand it. Got to work on my language here. The lie is that we're just slowing. No, actually, they're telling us that we're growing. The truth, we are free falling. This is what it looks like. That's a chart for you. Private sector jobs. You think, does this look like growth to you or no? Let me know what you think. You see, because to Greg, this doesn't look very good. The smallest increase in 2 years with regard to today's eulogy on the economy means we're not growing. We are barely breathing. Small businesses aren't just struggling. Right, Johnson? Thank you. Small businesses are not just struggling. It's a wipeout, okay? They're being systematically freaking, this is the word I like to use, erased. People, do you realize, before I move on, that everything we've been saying is true? Everything we've been saying. People have mocked us. They've laughed at us. This thing of ours, But who's laughing last? Let me ask you that. I don't want to laugh at anybody. I'm being honest with you. But when you get consistently mocked and ridiculed, even certain YouTube channels do this to I, okay? Well, you know what? They're keeping their mouths shut now, aren't they? Oh, they are. Yeah, they have nothing to say, do they? No, they don't. Incredible. Anyway, small business being systematically erased. Why? Babylon doesn't want entrepreneurs. It wants employees, dependents, and obedient consumers. That's what Babylon wants, you see, and that's where we're going. So who's to blame here? Jonathan knows who's to blame exactly. So you see that? Smart guy. You're also smart. Who's to blame? I'm not pointing my fingers at presidents. I'm pointing my fingers right here. It's the Fed and central banks. They are to blame. What this really means, the real economy is dying. The middle class is vanishing. Does this sound familiar to you? The independent worker is being replaced by gig serfdom, AI automation, and corporate dependency. Lions, this 37,000, it's not a jobs report. It's a eulogy for Main Street. And I ask you to please share this work. Now, I'm going to share something else with you guys and girls. And this is where it gets worse. Worse than the dollar now at a historic low ever. This worst to ever in history. Okay, falling, and then we got this eulogy for the jobs market. Jobs from worse to even worse. Let's do this together. Can you guys read this? According to non-government data, 31% of companies, can you read this? It's kind of getting blurry. 31% of companies have enacted hiring freezes, with an additional 13% planning to do so this year. Furthermore, 45% of companies expect to layoffs in 2025, citing factors like economic uncertainty, AI automation, and policy shifts. Now, this information here, I did not come up with this. This is from this survey here. If you guys are interested, you can read it. So this is non-government stuff, because the government stuff, it's all fake. Even this, you got to question it. But I'm telling you that seems pretty accurate to me. We called this already last year, mass layoffs. I'm telling you, I told you guys, I guess it was now, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 months ago, that 6 months from that time, we were going to be unrecognizable. That's exactly where we're going. Unrecognizable for me. And here's the worst part of it. Jonathan, yes, absolutely. We're in trouble. And they're not going to enact nothing here. It's over. It's completely over for us here, man. They want us dead. They want us on our knees. They want us to beg. Do you realize the worst part of this is this? The population, not I, all right? They're puppets. They've been puppetized. The very few, the 1%ers, the 2%ers have puppetized the entire world population. We could take this over. We could so easily do it. And if we had, look, I'm not going to condemn President Trump anymore, because it seems like people are okay with this. There's no rebellion. There's no people taking to the streets. There's nobody pushing back on Truth Social. Believe me, I look at that. All I see is praise. People over there on Truth Social want to lick the crud out between his feet, and that's fine. Let them do it between his toes, Let them do it. For some reason, these people, they're gone, and that's fine. Let them stay there. So I'm not going to condemn President Trump anymore. I'm going to condemn the zombified public out here. Right, Jonathan? 7 seconds, 100%. We can fix this all. You guys all know that. But again, it's not the president. It wasn't even Bidenstein. You remember the mummy man? How I used to pound that creature every day of my life? Yeah, I pounded him into the ground. I even did that to Trump for quite a while too, didn't I? I'm done. I'm done doing that, because it doesn't matter. It's the public. It's the general population. It's not the presidents, the puppets, the Scott Bessons. It's not them. It's us, because we have allowed this to happen, and we continue to allow it to happen. There's not a single policy right now, not one, either a Democratic policy or a Republican policy, to stop what's happening, to stop the dollar decimation, the purchasing power destruction, letting the Fed inflate beyond its wildest dreams. In fact, every single policy is to allow the polar opposite to happen. Overstand? Yeah, I think we do. I think we do. Come on, guys, man. But you see, I and I here, we're the rebellion. This is where it begins, right here and right freaking now, by raising people's awareness, by getting this freaking video here and sharing it, getting it out there. Have I earned you a thumbs up yet? I got 277 thumbs up with 1,134 people watching. How does that work? How does that even work? All right. Either you don't like this video or please, give this the thumbs up. I don't know what I have to do to get, it just takes a click, man. It allows the algorithms to pick it up. If you guys don't want people to hear this stuff, it's fine. Really. I'm hoping to make a dent in this freaking Babylon system. And what I've been telling you, if we unify and move forward as one voice, we could punch holes in this. But we can't even do it here. If we can't even do it here with people that are awake, how do we expect anything to change? Does this sound correct or no? People, listen to me. I and I need to unify. I and I need to come together. We must act in unity, in unison. Does this sound correct or no? Oh, man, I tell you. Anyway, look, the bottom line is this. The bottom line is what we have done here is create something beautiful, no doubt about it, okay? But we need to streamline this. We got to come together more. You got to, for those of you that have not yet subscribed to my newsletter, please do that. All this stuff is here for you. And again, I don't just, it's free. I don't put this stuff out here for myself. I do it because I'm hoping. I see how many people share this stuff. It's unbelievable. I'll get like 1,000 people who read it, maybe one will share it. I don't know what I need to do to get people to share this stuff. Can someone here enlighten I as to what I can possibly do? Because I don't know how I can work any harder for you guys to get this stuff out there. Let's really try to make a positive difference in this world. This is I and I opportunity to do it. Share the video, get it out there, comment. Sound about right to you, or am I completely out there? I really want to know, because I could stop. I don't have to do this. I could stop. You guys want me to stop? I'll do it. You guys want me to keep going? I'll do that too. But I need you. We have to come together. Sound about right, Jonathan? It's incredible. There's no unity, man. Not even here, I don't think. I mean, come on, guys. Let's do this. Now we're more like it. About half the people have given this video a thumbs up. This is a terrible turnout here. 1,117 here for the live stream. That's where you guys come in. Right, Lava? Right, Kumo? All my friends, everybody. Share the video. We're out here, Lava and I, a lot of you, trying to make a positive difference in this freaking Babylon system that's destroying us all. It's sucking us out from the inside, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, you name it, is doing it. Financially, people are dying as the 1% and 2%ers are laughing. They're laughing at us when they come out and tell us about this literally big, magnificent bill. Are you kidding me? Why are people not up in arms? Isn't this why we hated the fucking creature Biden monster thing, vomitous puke that it was? Now this is worse, and people are doing nothing. They're sitting back, sucking their thumbs off. Make it up. Make any of this up. I dare you. You can't do it. We have literally crossed the Rubicon here, people. Oh, by the way, my video from this morning, it got flagged. Did you see that one? I didn't say one thing that wasn't true. And it's still up right now. The video I did this morning, potentially misleading information. That's why it got flagged. Potentially misleading information. I dare you guys and girls, any one of you, even those that hate me, I know there's a lot of haters of Greg out here, go watch the video that I did this morning. And you guys and girls tell where I got it wrong. I was just reading their own numbers and they're saying that video is potentially misleading and it's getting flagged. You can't speak the truth anymore. Do you see what's happening here? You thought it was bad with Biden creature and those other things over there, right, Jonathan? God's wrath is here now. Why do you think, right, Jonathan? You're 100% right. Why do you think things are the way they are? God takes care of his own, those that give him the glory. Okay? People now don't anymore. They don't even believe in it anymore here. And even if they do believe in it, it's not about belief, it's about your relationship with the Almighty. But that's why, look back on history, people. Come on, man. Do you want homework on this, right, Kumar? Look back on history. Every single empire fails for the same reason. It's a disconnect from the source. And what have I been telling you guys over and over and over again? Oh, Greg, if you mention God one more time, I'm unsubscribing. Do it. Don't threaten me. Just unsubscribe right freaking now. Because you don't belong here. If you don't want to hear that stuff, that's me. That's what I'm not going to change. Right, Jonathan? Come on, man. 1.17 60 foot. I'm going, and I'm also, I got some tricks for that car, dude. We're getting there. Anyway, guys and girls, listen. God bless, 100%. All right, guys, listen. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. We got to come together more so than we ever have. Look at what I just showed you, what we just covered here. Then go back and study our work. Again, all the mockers, all those that have laughed at us, we're laughing now, aren't we? Look, I don't claim to be right all the time. No, it's impossible. But look back at our record. It's incredible. And I don't mean to tout anything. I'm giving God all the glory. Absolutely here. I'm nothing. I'm dust. I'm worthless slime. Okay? But we're right. 90% or better percent of the time. I don't understand why this channel doesn't have millions of followers. I really don't understand that. But we don't. And we're not going to get it unless you guys and girls get out there and start really pushing this stuff. I need you guys. We need each other. Anyway, that's it, guys. Listen, I'm going to get going over here. We covered a lot, honestly. But I want you to really think about what I was saying here. This is not going to stop unless we stop it. And I'm not just talking about this blog. I'm talking about what they're doing to us here. Currency devaluation, hyperinflating the debt, central banks getting all the power right now. The 1% and 2% is sucking us dry. It's not going to stop until I stop it. Does that sound correct to you? How many of you actually believe if you do nothing that things are going to change? They're really going to. Just as they were going to change the figurehead behind the Resolute desk. Greg, you're wrong. I'm going to laugh in your face. We're going to see debts and deficits shrink. We're going to see utopia here in the United States. Well, how about it's gone completely the opposite way? And it's not going to change. These are people who are sitting back, sucking their thumb, and hoping that maybe some godlike figure or someone they proclaim here as God to put them over God is going to change anything. No. If we allow this to go on, we're done. We're freaking done. We probably are done already, but listen to me. I don't think so. I believe if we really got together, and this channel is big enough. It's big enough right now that we could punch holes in the system. If we could get this out there, and this is where you guys come in, man. All of you, imagine if every single one of you who are watching this right now shared this in all your social networks here, went to my newsletter, shared all that stuff. People would read this stuff and maybe they would wake up. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. We got to unify, man. I don't know what else to say. I just don't. All right, guys, listen, love you all. I know, RS, it does feel hopeless. They want us to feel hopeless, but we're not. We're not hopeless and we're not powerless. There are many, many, many more of us than there are of the puppets, the puppeteers. They're pulling our strings, man, because we're letting them do it. And the media outlets, there's no accountability anymore. It's not real. When are people going to look, man? This is power here. This is wisdom and power right here in this video, I believe. And you should just get it out there. Just share this stuff every day. And again, I want to hear from you. If you haven't seen the video I did this morning, go watch that video and let me know if you thought there was one thing misleading, because that's why the video got flagged. Potential misleading information. Really? Okay. I don't think I misled a single person with a syllable. But you guys and girls let me know. Because, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Love you guys. Love you guys with all I got. And I mean that with all I got too, okay? And, I'll see you in the morning, okay? I got some other work for you guys. If you are interested in, well, later on, I'm going to do my usual reviews, my chart reviews. Wow, is it pouring rain right now? I'm looking outside. I'll get that done for you as well. I don't imagine I could work any harder than I am, people. I'm being honest with you. I really don't believe I could. But if you feel I can, let me know. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. And that little vacay I took, it really re-energized me, as you can probably see, because I was burning out, man. I was burning out big time. That's all, everybody. Love you all from the heart with all I got. See you in the morning, okay? One love.